Hello and welcome to Acoustic Review. My name is Ben Morgan Brown and today I'm looking at the Parlor LTD Mahogany from Godin guitars. Made in Canada and featuring a solid mahogany top and laminated mahogany back and sides, this guitar has a silver leaf maple neck capped with a 24.84 inch scale length rosewood fingerboard and a 1.72 inch nut. With a Fishman Presus VT pickup included, the Parlor LTD Mahogany has an RRP of £889. So let's have another listen to the guitar now, and then please join me afterwards for my thoughts. There's something very pleasing about a 12 fret Parlor, particularly one that's giving country blues vibes just like this one does. The dark mahogany bursts and simple rosette work really well together, and the simple rectangular bridge looks the part as well and also has some very nice grain too. I really like the dot inlays, but I'm not 100% on the more elaborate 12 fret inlay. Personally, I'd have preferred a double dot or something more simple. Although it's a small guitar, it's not particularly light. It's not heavy exactly, but it's not the featherweight feel I would be hoping for. Looking over the guitar, the build quality is very good and it's very neat inside and out. Okay, there's not much fancy woodwork on display here, but everything has been completed to a high standard and with care. Unsurprisingly, given the size and wood combination, the tone does have a mid-prominent honk to it. It's not unpleasant and it gives a nice character to fingerpicking and strumming both, but if you're looking for rich bass, then you won't find it here. The guitar handles a variety of playing styles well, but it does seem to have low headroom when strumming, meaning that heavy pick work starts to get a bit toppy. However, for folk and blues fingerpicking and softer strumming, it works really well. The Fishman VT is a pretty standard under-saddle affair, but through a small acoustic amp it carried the mid-range character of the guitar well. I found the tone control to be a bit all or nothing and would probably leave it at midway and let the sound person handle the top end. But I felt it did fit the dynamic range of the guitar well, so it's a good match. The setup is pretty much bang on, low enough for playing ease but high enough for good dynamics and no buzz. For me, I found the neck profile to be a bit small and the nut width to be a little narrow. For a guitar that should suit fingerstyle blues so well, the dimensions didn't quite work for me. Now, I do have a preference for thicker necks generally, so take my comments with a pinch of salt. There's nothing wrong with the setup at all, but it just doesn't quite work for my hands. Looking at the price, I do think that £889 is maybe pushing it a little bit for this guitar. I feel bad saying that, as I think there's a lot of value in the Canadian build and the quality of the workmanship, but I think this guitar could be a bit cheaper, particularly as it doesn't come with a gig bag or case. Overall though, I'm pretty happy with this guitar. Okay, the neck dimensions aren't exactly what I would choose for myself, but the setup is really good and the build quality is solid too. Mahogany topped guitars do generally have a more limited tonal palette, but if that tone floats your boat, then I think you'd find a lot to like here. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Acoustic Review. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be kept up to date when we post new videos, and I look forward to seeing you next time.